Megaprojects are large-scale systems that are accepted by the government or private companies for over $1 billion. There are also tons of failed megaprojects in the world, but now let's talk about the top 10 in the list. On number 10 we have Ciudad Real International Airport, Spain. Spain is one of the most visited European countries every time. Thus, a new field opened in 2009 at Ciudad to ease traffic at Madrid Airport. Erected for about 1.1 billion euros, the field can handle 20 million passengers at a time. Ciudad Airport was one of the 5 longest runways in Europe. The Ciudad Airport was located 200 kilometers down from Madrid, the main city of Spain. So, the condition of the field has been deteriorated by a deficit of airlines due to a lack of passengers. Ultimately, the Ciudad Airport, which was vended at transaction for a mite, turned out to be a failed megaproject. On number 9 we have Dubai Creek Tower. Creek Tower is a megaproject started by Dubai to be the altitudinous man-made structure in the world. The design was blazoned in February 2016 and the anticipated cost is over $1 billion. Its construction, which started with sword lines, came to a major challenge for the builders. The original difficulty in getting so numerous sword lines to the tower's height, which was anticipated to be 928 meters, came as a problem after construction began on the palace. Also, if a structure is to be considered a skyscraper, at least 50% of it must be inhabitable. But only 30% of the Dubai Creek Tower is inhabitable. Construction of the tower is presently halted and is anticipated to be completed by 2022. So, presently, this megaproject is one of the failed systems in the world. On number 8 we have Interstate H3 Highway, the USA Hawaii. The Interstate H3 Highway, located on the island of Oahu in the US state of Hawaii, faced numerous challenges to complete. The offer to make this engineering phenomenon was first put forward in 1960, but opposition from environmentalists, locals, and the harsh environmental laws averted the design from moving forward. Still, in 1986 the US Congress removed all these obstacles and began construction of the 24-kilometer-long highway. It links the Pearl Harbor Naval Base/Hickam Air Force Base complex on the south side of the islet near Honolulu and the Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station on the eastern seacoast. The construction was completed in 1997, but due to detainment and other hurdles, the cost of the design was 5 times the quantum allocated for the construction. The H3 highway is one of the precious interstate roadways ever erected. Its final cost was $1.3 billion, or roughly $80 million per mile. So, it was a failed design. The next on the list is Naypyidaw, Myanmar. The city of Naypyidaw, also known as the Ghost City, was elected as the new capital of Myanmar. The Myanmar government began construction of the new capital in 2002 to shift the country's capital geographically to the center of the country, given the limited space constraints that the population of the current capital, Yangon, is anticipated to double by 2050. Completed in 2012, the megacity of Naypyidaw handed colorful installations similar as hospices. Services, good roads, shopping promenades, gymnasiums, etc., but people were reticent to move to Naypyidaw. The lack of good hospitals and educational institutions and long road passages to reach near metropolises keep people down from Naypyidaw. Naypyidaw can be considered a failed design, as the life of any city is its population. On number 6 it is Dubai Artificial Islands. The artificial islands being built on the ocean in Dubai is a seductive megaproject. But this design was a waste of plutocrat, work, and time compared to the use of these islands. Dubai began operations in 2001 intending to produce an artificial bank that includes small islands. It was intended to produce 3 artificial island communities, the Palm Jumeirah, the Palm Jebel Ali, and the Dera Island. But indeed, after 20 years, the Dubai authorities haven't been suitable to complete anything except the Palm Jumeirah. The finished Palm Jumeirah is another extremity, as it sinks 0.2 inches into the ocean every year. Lack of proper planning and foresight is the main reason for considering this megaproject as a failure. The next on the list, and at number 5, it is Forest City, Malaysia. The Forest City is a civic development in the Iskandar Malaysia Special Economic Zone in Johor, Malaysia. The design was made up of 4 man-made islets covering 30 square kilometers, located in Johor near Singapore. Malaysia has entered a lot of foreign investments for the construction of this multi-billion bone megacity near Singapore. As 80% of the investors are from China, the desire to settle in the Forest City has come alien to Malaysians. For this reason, the Malaysian Prime Minister has banned foreign investment in Forest City. Following this, the construction of the Forest City came to a deadlock as foreign investors began to withdraw. Smaller than 500 people now live in Forest City. This megaproject can be considered a failure, as there's no possibility of resumption of construction conditioning in the coming times. Resumption of construction conditioning in the coming times. Number 4 on the list is Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository. Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository was a megaproject that began construction to treat the nuclear waste from hundreds of nuclear power stations in the United States. Yucca was chosen to make the waste treatment factory because of its small population and the capability of mountains to absorb nuclear waste. But the locals in Yucca were opposed to the design. The main reason for their opposition was the concern that the water sources in Yucca would be defiled. However, work on the Yucca Mountain design began in the early 1980s. In 2002, the President and Congress approved Yucca Mountain in Nevada as the point for this depository. The United States cut off backing for the megaproject in 2010 as demurrers and opposition to the design escalated. The federal court approved of authorization to renew work in 2012, but no further construction work has taken place to date. Thus, Yucca is a megaproject that has brought billions of bones and failed. At number 3 we have London Garden Bridge. The London Garden Bridge, which began construction over the River Thames in London, would have become one of the most beautiful bridges in the world if it had been completed. The construction of the bridge was abandoned half in 2017 because it was realized that such a bridge wasn't needed at the place where the bridge was being erected. Its estimated investment was $272.8 million. Numerous other low-cost bridges with the same purpose were near the London Garden Bridge, which began construction to link the Temple Resistance Station on the north bank to the south bank. Second in the list is Superconducting Super Collider USA. The Superconducting Super Collider is also known as Desert Ron, was a flyspec accelerator complex under construction in Waxahachie, Texas. This megaproject was anticipated to be of great benefit to scientific progress in the United States but failed miserably due to a lack of planning and perpetration. The tunnel, which was intended to be 87 kilometers long, was abandoned after 22.5 kilometers. The U.S. Congress has closed the fund of the Superconducting Super Collider and cancelled the design in 1993. Anticipating that the total cost of the design will increase from $4 trillion to $11 trillion. On number 1. Ryugyong Hotel. The Ryugyong Hotel, also known as the Hostel of Doom, is an unfinished hotel erected by North Korea to attract foreign excursionists to the country. The 330 meters high and 105 stories hotel, which began construction in 1987 in Pyongyang with the financial backing of the Soviet Union. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, North Korea was plunged into a deep financial extremity, and in 1992 the construction of the hotel halted. 26 years later, in 2018, around $180 million worth of ornamental LED illumination was added to the external walls of the hotel, which turned the entire structure into an amped screen of nationalistic scenes and iconography. The entire work on the untreated hotel is anticipated to bring around $2 billion, according to Reuters. This is about 5% of North Korea's GDP. So, this megaproject considered as a huge failure. Still, the pyramid-shaped Ryugyong Hotel is the altitudinous structure in North Korea. According to Guinness World Records, it's the tallest unoccupied structure in the world. Numerous of these megaprojects, erected for the development and glory of nations, have failed miserably due to lack of planning and foresight and have caused huge financial losses to the authorities. We can anticipate a lot of good megaprojects in the different corridors of the world in the future with good planning and foresight. Thank you for watching the video. Guys, do subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.